Hey Deontay, year three for you, man. What is Do you feel like the old man in the room now?
Nah, it's a blessing to be here. NFL stands for not for long, so for me to be 3 years, especially coming from where I came from, it's a blessing. I do feel a little old though. I feel like my body a little older.
Deontay, what do
Deontay,
you? Oh, go ahead, Ross.
thanks, sir. Deontay, thanks for taking the time, man.
Yes, sir.
Wanted to ask you a little bit. You had your role develop a bit more and progress a bit more in the offense last year. Do you expect that to continue, and how do you expect that to continue here in 2021?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, as a player, you always want to grow, and I mean, like my rookie year, I came in as just a returner. I worked in the offense a little bit. Year two, worked into the offense a little more. So obviously, coming into year three, I would hope and want for my role to expand even more on the offensive side. Unfortunately, last year I was down because of injury. So I'm looking to stay healthy this year and just be on the field a lot more than I was.
Deontay, what does this sort of just kind of teach you, I guess, about the NFL? You go from all pro your rookie season to injuries, your second season. I mean, does it kind of just let you know how up and down this league can be?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's just life in general. Life is a roller coaster. So you just gotta take your L's just like you take your W's, and you just gotta, just have confidence and always try to bounce back. Obviously, it's not college. It's a big emphasis on taking care of your body now. Considering this is your job, this is your career. So it's definitely a roller coaster, but you just gotta stick with it at all times.
And you sort of mentioned how you where you came from, and has that sunk into you yet? 3 years later, like just how far you've come, and coming from such a small school, and now where you are.
I think it's sunk in, but I don't think I'll ever stop putting the emphasis on it. Like I said, I mean, it's not easy getting here, and I mean, the route I took it was even harder. But I just try to use my story to motivate the people that's coming up behind me. So I think it's always something that it'll sit with me. But I think it definitely sunk in.
Do you hear pretty often from the undrafted guys that are coming in wanting to speak with you or get any type of insight from you in terms of how your transition and your success was coming into the NFL so quickly?
Yeah, I mean, I get so many like DMs on social media and stuff like that. Especially the young guys, like
Hmm.
people that's coming, like that's about to be out of college. I get a lot of DMs, a lot of people trying to reach out to me, and it's hard to try to talk to everybody, but I just try to. I'm always on social media, like trying to put out some motivational stuff like that, just so everybody can see it. Cause, like I said, it's not easy, and it's hard to
Right.
get here, but it's even harder to maintain. So, I just
Yeah.
try to stress the importance of just staying true to yourself and just sticking with what you know. God got a plan for everybody.
What type of stuff are they usually asking you typically? I mean, do you have any specific things that they're asking you about, or just
Yeah, for me, because I'm short and I'm
yeah?
undrafted, I come from a small school, so that's usually, I usually get them DMs like, "Hey, I'm a 5'6" kid from wherever," or like, "What did you do? What were some things that help you get faster?" Stuff like that. So I mean, it ranges, but that's mostly what I get.
When you were growing up, did you ever imagine that people would be coming to you for inspiration and motivation?
Uh, no, not really. I can't say no, but yeah, I did just because of my mindset. Like I always had that mindset, like. I was that kid that, oh, I'm gonna get drafted in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So I always had that mindset where it was like, I'm gonna be at the top, and so I always, just like I said, just always had that mindset. Like I would be a role model and stuff like that. Like I was always a leader, like never wanted to be a follower. So, I think I just always carried that mindset with me.
Deontay, how different for you as a receiver is it? I mean, for the past two seasons, it's basically been Drew Brees, throwing passes to you. But how different has it been with, either Jameis or Taysom?
Um, I love Drew, but I'm short and he's short. So when you got when you got Drew trying to find me and I'm trying to find Drew, it's hard. But uh, me, Jameis, and Taysom, we kind of were working last camp, and I was like mainly taking my reps with them, and um, obviously that Jameis is definitely a little taller, so it's kind of easier for me to find him. So that's probably the biggest difference.
I got another one. Oh,
Go ahead.
go ahead. You go ahead.
No, go ahead, Rob.
Okay. I want to ask you about Michael Thomas, man. What have you sort of seen? And I know y'all haven't been back long, but what have you just sort of seen from him, from last season to now?
He's healthy, so I think he getting back into that. When I came in my rookie year, he was on. I think he broke the record that year for receptions or something like that. So, I'm starting to see that same Mike. I think he always had that. He never lost his mentality or his work ethic. So I mean, I've always seen that, but I think he's a little bit more comfortable with his body.
What are your early impressions so far on draft pick Kawan Baker coming in out of South Alabama?
Hard-working kid, definitely talented. I haven't watched any of his college film, but just out here working with him. He definitely got a lot of talent, and I think he could be a good player and could produce a good amount for us this year.
Oh, what did you take last year from watching Marquez Callaway, who came in as an undrafted free agent and had his own standout moments throughout his rookie season?
Yeah, a dog, man. That boy stepped up to the plate. I know if I was in his position my rookie year, I don't think it would have went as good as for me as it did for him. That boy studied and he worked, and I think him coming up behind Mike, like learning from Mike and stuff like that, it just helped. But yeah, that boy a dog. And I was undrafted, so it's like you want nothing but the best for him. When I'm back there catching punts, if y'all watch the Tampa Bay playoff game when I was running back the punt return, he running down the sideline, and it was just like that every time. So I mean, you just want nothing but the best for somebody like that.
That's great.
Deontay, do you feel like most people kind of know about you now and they sort of try to kick away from you? And if so, how frustrating is that for you?
I hope not. I hope they don't watch. I hope they don't watch film, and I hope they don't stress like what type of player I am. I hope they say like he's a small guy, not really that good. I hope that's what they're stressing, because I just want some opportunities.
Deontay, you plan on sticking with your jersey number this year?
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of questions about it, but I'm gonna stick to the 11. Everybody, I think, especially my friends, like everybody that I grew up with, asking me to switch to number 1, but nah, I'm gonna just keep the 11.
Did you wear 1? Is that what you wore growing up?
College, I wore 1 in my junior and senior year of high school.
Was it a reason you wore that number anyway?
No, I think one day my coach in high school they said we getting number 1. Like nobody in my school ever wore number 1, and then we had ordered it, and they was like, we want you to wear 1. And so I just wore it, and then I think my freshman year of college, I got to college and I wore 16, and I was like, I might as well just go back to 1.
And did you end up taking 11 just because 1-1, or was there something specific around that as well?
Nah, I just walked in and that was the number that was in my locker. So I just went with it. I think if they'd have gave me something like 16 or 17, I think I would have had to have a conversation with them. But 2 1s on the jersey, can't complain.
Right.
Yeah, so what have you worked on this off? Is there anything in particular you spent a lot of extra time working on?
I mean, I had got surgery, so I kind of had to start back from square one. But yeah, just footwork, obviously catching in catching multiple ways. My route running, I think that's the key. Like being able to run routes, being able to be deceptive in my routes is what's going to make me the most productive.